So we lived on 8 acres beside a 400-acre farm. And so when I grew up, I was immersed in the farm because really I played with the kids from the Carnegie farm. I mean, they were older than me, but not that much. And so we were always running around. I would, so we had horses, we had goats, we had chickens, we had cows, we had pigs at one time, and that was an experience. And then I got to an age where, well, I should have a job. So I think I was 12 or 13 my first time, and they just needed some help hoeing the weeds out from, I can't remember what it was. I think it was zucchini or something that they were growing, whatever they were growing. And so I did that for 2 weeks, and man, I got I can't remember how much it was, but it seemed like it was a huge amount of money for working those 2 weeks at $1 an hour or whatever it was.
How old were you?
That's when I was 12.
Okay.
So the first 2 weeks I was 12. And then the next year it's like, yeah, I'm doing this all year, man. Look, I made a bunch of money. I was so excited. It was probably $25, but I was rich for that 2 weeks worth of work when I was 12. And so when I was 13, I worked the whole summer as much as they would let me hoeing. And so we'd go down and pull the weeds and hoe the weeds out. And then we would, when it came time to harvest, then we would pick the zucchini, and that's a thing in itself. But it seemed like, there was always something to do on the farm.
Yeah.
I did that until I was 14, and then at 15 I started learning how to shear Christmas trees, and we had a big long knife, and that's how we sheared the Christmas trees. And at 16, I started my own business doing Christmas trees.
Where did you find clients?
So that's a really good question. I'm trying to remember how. So I think it was Donnie Roth who had a Christmas tree farm, and he paid me by the hour. And then he said, why don't you just charge me by the tree? And then you have people that are helping you, and you pay them out of per tree, but you don't pay them what you're getting per tree. So I made a tiny little bit of money off of each tree that we shear.
Is Donnie Roth who I think it is?
Yeah.
Really?
Yep.
Roth Heating?
He started Roth Heating.
Yeah.
And then he was an entrepreneur, so he just couldn't manage or run. Well, he did really well, but his whole forte was constantly looking for something else. So he got someone else to run his heating business, and then he went off into Christmas trees, and then he went off into something else. I mean, he was an entrepreneur.
That's crazy. So he kind of helped you get your start thinking along those lines, and then later kind of helped you get your start in heating and air conditioning.
Well, yeah.